All right, Shalom. We'll start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders in New York at Great Millstone who rule well. And greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, those who have wills receive salvation from the Heavenly Father during the coming destruction. I got a video here, and basically I just want to address your fear is misplaced. A lot of you Jake's fear is misplaced. A lot of you are afraid to come into this truth. Because, now, if you're a 2/3, let me say this first. If you're a 2/3, then whatever, you're not meant to come into this truth. But for you that's out there, that this word is keep lighting the spark inside your spirit, that keep finding yourself paying attention to spiritual things, this is for you. And you got to get out of that scary spirit, man. And really what it means is your fear is misplaced. Your fear is misplaced for the world and not unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. This white man's going to come down and have certain things for you and bring fear upon you. The Most High is going to bring some fear. But that's where you need to really be afraid of. You need to be afraid of what the Most High is going to do. Forget being ostracized by your friends and your family and whatever. Forget about all that. The real fear comes in that you have for the Most High God, because He will jack you people up. He's going to jack you people up. You people don't understand, but He's going to get you, especially you Jakes. Especially if you saw this word and you didn't take it in. That's what the book of Jonah is written in there for. Jonah knew the condemnation that would come to the men of the Lord, and he didn't want to partake in that. But guess what? Too bad. If you're called to be a servant, you don't have a choice. When He calls you to condemnation or to salvation. There's nothing you can do to get out of that. So you better hope He's calling you to salvation. So I'm gonna get some scripts, man. I'm gonna try to keep this short. But I'm going to pull a few scripts. This is 2 Timothy chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, "For the Most High God has not given us, the men of the Lord, that's called to this thing, the spirit of fear." He didn't give us the spirit of fear. It says, "but of power and of love and of sound mind and righteous judgment, self-control." That's what He gave us. So we can choose and judge what's right and what's wrong and what we should and what we should not do, to the point that we're able to teach others also. Let me hit this again. And real quick, this is what 2 Timothy chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. Because this is what you guys are afraid of. Right? The responsibility that comes with being a man of the Lord. It says, "Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach, and the things that thou hast heard of many, that has heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also." A lot of you don't want to come out on these streets and teach. A lot of you don't want to devote your time to doing more than 3 videos a week. A lot of you don't want to make your body a living sacrifice unto the Lord. Well, guess what? You're going to have to be put through the fire anyway. And trust me, you're going to wish you put in this time and all these extra time and videos and studying and praying and fasting. You're going to wish you did that when the Most High sends down His wrath, when He sends His Son back and all the destruction. That righteous indignation that He has for our people and for the earth in general. You're going to wish you had that. Like, man, I should have been praying. I wish I knew what it said so I can get out of this. You're going to wish, man, and it's going to be too late. Because you're going to miss the boat. You got slammed, the door slammed in your face at Noah's Ark, right? It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach." And this comes at a heavy price, man. You're going to lose women. You're going to lose jobs. You're going to lose your house. You may be evicted. You may be homeless. You're going to be shipwrecked or your car break down. All these type of things is going to come upon you. Like the scriptures say, think it not strange, the fiery trial that cometh upon you, because it's a trial, and I'll get that. You know, that is said, when thou come to serve the Lord, I'm going to just get that right quick. Let me finish this up, then I'll get it. When I come to serve the Lord, prepare your mind for your soul for temptation. Verse 4 said, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. And that's what you guys don't want to give up. You fear being ostracized by your friends and your family. Well, that's what this requires. You have to be willing to give up these things from your friends and your family, this life from yourself. Because if you don't, guess what? The latter is death, man. The latter is death. You know, that's what happens if you don't give it up. You get death, man. The Most High is not playing. Right? It says that he may please him who has chosen him to be a soldier. And if any man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully. So you got to do the best you can do in this thing. Hit a couple more of these scripts, man. You got to hit it, but you got to be willing to give up the BS of this life, man. That's a lot you don't want to do. You don't want to give up the BS of this life because you're too comfortable. You know, and you're afraid of what people, your woman, your mama, whoever, you're afraid what people going to think about you. Well, too damn bad, man. How important is salvation? Yeah, it'd be nice if everybody came into this thing, but they don't. Right? So I'm going to go to Sirach chapter 2. I'll just bring it straight at the top. It said, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And I want to make a point real quick. We're a small camp here in Sin City, Las Vegas, right? The problem comes in that we know that there's more men of the Lord out here. Where the hell y'all at, man? We know y'all out here. We know you're out here. Where are you guys at? Where are you men at? Stand up and show yourselves men and bring your ass out there on the streets. Come before us, before the Lord. Not saying that we're the Lord, but he's out there with us in the spirit. Come out there, present yourself, and seek salvation, man. Trust me, the fear of what you worried about these tourists and these people that know you gonna say and think about you, that ain't nothing compared to what the fear you're gonna have when he brings this judgment down. I'm gonna let you know straight up like this. We're the men that are out here on these corners and these streets, we're afraid. We're scared of what the Heavenly Father's gonna do. We have a healthy fear for Yahweh Shem Yahshua and what he's gonna do. You know, you read about Jesus and it don't say that all this fear, but when you read about Yahweh Shai, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the Lord, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the Lord. If you don't have a proper amount of fear, that's to your detriment, man, to your destruction. We're out there afraid, man. We're trying to make sure that we escape this thing, and we'll take all this light affliction that comes along now. So I'm going to read Sirach 2:1 again. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. We know that this is going to be a tough trial. We understand that this ain't going to be an easy road to get there. But we'll gladly take this versus what these scriptures say is coming, man. The destruction is coming. We don't want that. It says, set thy heart aright. Get your mind right, man. And constantly endure. Get your mind right and constantly endure the things that's coming. Hey, men all over the country we are going through something, man, on some level. Some may seem more than others, but we're all got a level that we can deal with and understand. You know? It says, and make not haste in time of trouble. That's what's wrong with you guys. You guys always want to make haste in time of trouble. Always want to try to find a way to get out of trouble. Well, guess what? Sometimes in this thing, things will come upon you for no reason. Just to try you. Just to try you. Just to get your mind in a different mind state to see how strong or how weak you are. But this is part of the hardening process that will make you able to withstand all the things that the Most High is bringing upon you. That's the purpose of this thing. He's got to harden you so you don't feel nothing when you see a motherfucking head get blown off. When you see something, when you gotta kill your enemy with a knife because he's gonna take your family out and take your food. You know, he's trying to kill your brother. You gotta be, I don't want to say heartless, but you gotta be hardened, you know, to these things, to these sights you're gonna see. And you gotta believe and have faith. Like it says in Hebrews 11, the 6th verse, it says, I'm going to just grab it, and I'm going to go back. Is it impossible to please the Most High without faith? Let me get it right quick. It's better to always get it. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. How do you show your faith? Preparing your mind, studying, getting on the level, coming out there and presenting your body as a living sacrifice before the Lord. Waking up the elect, studying to show thyself approved unto the Most High God. Those are the things that it takes, that you got to sacrifice on this side, out of this world, not going out and partaking in your entertainment, as far as smoking and all the heavy drugs, and all the events and stuff, that friendship with the world. You got to give that up coming into this thing. You got to prefer this thing more than your family members, than your loved ones, than your possessions. Pursuing Luke the 14th chapter, Matthew the 19th chapter. You got to be able to give up those things to gain the things that come to you, that will come to you in the kingdom. But a lot of you are afraid of that. You fear giving up the comforts of being outcasted from society. Well, this is a wicked ass society. What the hell you want to have a friendship with this world for? This place is wicked. The Most High is going to destroy this place. Going back in, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. That you're going to get a reward for that. That's the purpose we do this for. We know there's a reward. The reward is getting salvation, man. Getting on a certain level in the kingdom of heaven. That's the reward of this thing. That's what we strive and we fight for. Because it may seem all hunky-dory, you get a little bit of trial and tribulation going on in your life now, but one day, guess what? You're going to beg for food. You're going to beg for peace of mind. You're going to beg for a moment out of fear. That's going to come. Believe the men of the Lord going to pray in those moments. And, they're going to pray in those moments. But you guys ain't going to have no faith in that moment. You're going to be too scared to even pray. And that's going to be the difference, man. That's going to be the difference. What happens to you people and what happens to us. Lord willing, we're of the number. So back in, I had to move. Sirach 2, it says, and make haste not in the time of trouble. Make not haste in the time of trouble. Verse 3, Sirach 2 and 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away. Cleave unto the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. How? By staying by the water, which is staying in this word, man. Waking up the elect, studying, reading, watching the videos, praying, fasting, doing the best you can every day to make your calling and election sure. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Let me go into another script right quick, because you guys always want to get out of stuff, man. You guys always want to act like it ain't supposed to be this way, but that's the opposite mind state. That's a righteous mind state. That's how you test somebody. You test somebody in adversity. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, but he can be known in adversity. All right, back in Hebrews now, Hebrews 12. Hebrews 12 and 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto sons, the warning or the admonishment, the warning you about what's coming, man, for your benefit. It's a warning. An exhortation is a warning for your benefit, right? It says, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him, when you are corrected of him. Take that rebuke as love, because if you're not corrected, man, one of the greatest things that can happen for you is rebuke, man, because it's correcting you and putting you back on the right path. Well, that's our problem with our people. Our people are hard-headed and don't want to be corrected. Well, guess what? That's too bad. This is what this is all about. The correction, man. You people have to be corrected. You people must be corrected. Because you ain't right. You people aren't right. That's why our society is so jacked up now. That's why our community of people are so jacked up now. Because they've been following the ways of the wicked for so long. You know? Anyway, it says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So if you're not going through something, guess what? The Lord probably doesn't love you. If everything's all good and hunky-dory, guess what? The Lord probably doesn't love you, man. If you're in this truth. Because he going to love you on the other side, man. He going to prove his love. You stay faithful and prove you love him through your actions and your sacrifices for him. Guess what? He going to prove he loves you by putting you on that status in the kingdom. Which is what we work towards. It says, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. And didn't in the 8th chapter of Romans, it said we become joint heirs with Yahweh Shai? Let me see if I can look and just quote it. Yeah. Romans 8:17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High God. Heirs of the Most High God. And joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. That's the point, man. We got to go through some tough shit. But a lot of you are so used to going through tough shit that you don't want to have to deal with anymore. But guess what? This what you're dealing with ain't nothing. That's part of the curses. You need to deal with the righteous side of the bad right now. We're on punishment. We don't deserve good yet. You got to deal with the bad right now. And once you deal with the bad, guess what? Then you can begin to receive the good. And the good that you receive is this wisdom, man. And the comfort that you have of knowing what's going to happen. The comfort that you have of that the Spirit dealing with you, the Most High protecting you and camping angels around you. You know, these other people are bugging out because they don't know what's going on in the world. They're trying to figure out, damn, what's going on? Why is it wars? Why is it natural disasters? World War III is on the rise. What's going on? Well, we have the comfort of knowing that of what's about to happen. And to prepare ourselves spiritually for that. Reading on. It says, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Now this is back in Hebrews the 12th chapter. Verse 8 now it says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. Everybody that comes into this truth, it just told you in Sirach the 2nd chapter, that prepare your heart for temptation, you know, set your heart aright and constantly endure. Back in it, Sirach chapter 2 verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. When you go from being the man, you know, to now you on the low. You went from corporate job or whatever level job, you manager that certain type of level job. Now you down and you working, you know, on the bottom. Guess what? Barely making ends meet. But guess what? But you know the Lord. That's invaluable. But now you know the Lord. You know what he's going to do. You know how to prepare yourself. And he's going to make sure you're in a position to where you have just enough